All right, 2005 F150 5.4 liter. Also applies to 2004 to 2008. Heater, blend door, temperature door, actuator. Everybody says open the dash, remove 2 bolts, peel all of this junk off, and then remove the last bolt. You can do that. Or you can do this. Cut your 8mm socket with a grinder. Cut it short. And undo this dadgum wire harness. Pop it off the holes that it fits into. There's one hole right up in there. And then another one, yeah, right there. You see that little dimple. Pop those off and then unscrew it all. Wiggle the thing out, the actuator. Here's the old one, already got it out. Wiggle out the actuator and then pull it up here where you can get to the connector easier. Disconnect it and pop in the new one, which is what I'm about to do. Let's see, here's my new one. 4 Seasons, whatever the hell. I usually get 4 Seasons HVAC parts. No, I'm not sponsored. Wish I was. And hook on that connector first real quick. Man, you know, you can't see anything I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm recording this part of it. I already told you the important part. But YouTube, the algorithm, the watch time, you can't do a short video and get expected to, I don't know. I need the watch time. I need to do the views doesn't matter anymore. I need to do the watch time. I need the watch time. I need the watch minutes. I need the watch hours. I need to drag it out. Drag out the video. It's not. You won't be as successful if you just tell them the thing they need to know and then leave. All right, now that is seated in there. And pop these screws in again, 8mm or 5/16 of an inch. That'll work too. The wrench with the socket. I tried using that too for a little bit of it once I had it part of the way out and ran out of room for the whole socket wrench. Man, this is really not really helpful here. You're just seeing some wires and my hand. But yeah, I can get that screw in the back, the one that normally you take this off for, and get that started with my hand here, and then I'll probably get it a little bit of the way in with this guy here. Nothing too crazy. It's definitely a tight squeeze. You gotta it's probably difficult to do if you haven't already been doing mechanic work for a little while, just because there's, you know, contortions and all that stuff you do with your hand. There's some very particular dexterity to all this stuff, but it's doable. Look at that, from like a minute 10 seconds to 3.5 minutes so far. Man, the algorithm's gonna love it. Once I went on, oh, piss. All right. Where did that go? Now here's where this comes out. Daggum pocket screwdriver. I was afraid of dropping that, losing it. It probably would have fell into the floor anyway, but what was I saying? Whew. Oh yeah, this one time I was like, man, I wish I miss the old days of YouTube. I remember, you know, browsing YouTube, you know, when it first came out. It was first a thing, and it was just like you know, is wild. You have no idea. Like, you get on YouTube, there's no algorithm or anything. You have no idea what you're gonna find that day. And so I did some searching. I found out there's a website, a YouTube some kind of randomizer, something like that. Anyway, it literally just throws up a random YouTube video, completely random, every time you reload the page. And I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. Play with that for a little while, and it kind of recaptured that old, you know, it felt like it was back in the day again. You just all this weird random stuff. Not like, I mean, surprisingly, I didn't see like anything nasty or anything like that either. Like, it wasn't like, oh, the dark web, the gore and the pornography and the drugs. Not anything like that. It's like this music video from this band I never heard of. It's kind of cool. And, oh, all kinds of different stuff. Just stuff that you wouldn't, the algorithm would never show you. You'd never find. Just kind of expand the horizons a little bit. It's fascinating. Screw that algorithm. You don't know me. You don't know what I want to watch. Yeah, we've got this pretty much all the way in here now. Again, I apologize because I can't really show you anything like this. That is one advantage of yanking out the panel. If you want to make a video about doing this, do that. One thing, it'll take longer. You'll have more, be able to get more watch minutes without fluffing it up. That's always a good thing. And then the other thing is you'll actually have an angle to get the camera onto the daggum thing. This is, it's like listening to the radio just about at this point. I remember radio drama back in the day. Fun stuff. Oh. Yeah, I don't think a auto repair podcast would be very successful about just like literally just walking through the stuff. You just listening to the sounds, the narration. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe blind people are into that stuff. I have no idea. I don't actually know anybody blind. I knew a person once who was legally blind, but just to the point of like not being able to drive a car. Not like actually like they can't see enough to function. But yeah, I don't know what I don't know. Maybe like actual blind people be into that stuff. As you can tell, working this back bolt in and out is not the fastest thing in the world. But look, we're at 8 minutes so far on the second half of what I think is normally like at least an hour job because of yanking out the center thing, plus the risk of damaging the plastic and all that stuff that, you know, the stuff gets old. Do you want to mess with that if you don't have to? I mean, it's not a Dodge. So thankfully, it's not a late 90s, early 2000s Dodge Ram where everything you touch just crumbles like dadgum Charlie Brown putting ornament on the Christmas tree. At least it's not that. At least this plastic is actually made of a composition that is able to last as long as the rest of the vehicle. All right, now I've got my ratchet going back in, socket wrench to finish it off. So the issue you have is with that. Let's see if I can. Yeah, this is the orientation where it goes in. If you're not familiar, the issue you have is getting to that bolt that goes right. Oh, can't see it, but you see that right center of the frame, right in the center of the frame. The circular hole is where that last bolt goes. And the issue that you usually have is the fact that from the direction I'm going, you usually can't clear those humps there. And a normal socket is too deep for the clearance on top. There's stuff going over the top of this actuator as well, and a socket wrench and socket is just takes up too much room to fit back in there, unless of course you cut it down. Then you have room to make it a few turns out and then finish the last few turns back in. Once it's a couple turns out, that's when you can get a regular box wrench onto it. But yeah, otherwise you cannot clear that that raised portion of the actuator. We are very nearly there. I wish there was more of a market for like really low profile sockets for situations like this. They're just made from the factory. Super low profile. I don't know. If a manufacturer wants to come out with that, I will buy it. I'll buy it, I'll endorse it, I will. I've got some, I think Sonex low profile 3/8 inch drive sockets, but they're really not that much lower profile than your regular short 3/8 drive sockets. It's about the same. Audience retention on this is going to be junk though, because I already showed you all the important stuff. Now I'm just finishing up the job, wasting some time. Get like daggum 10% audience retention or something. Stupid analytics. Stupid analytics, whatever. All right, we are in. We are installed. I think that screw back there is all the way in. Let me just double check. Make sure it's as snug as I think it is. I would recommend a flex head as well. I feel like it's helping me here a little bit. Yeah, we are tight. All right, good stuff. All right, that'll do it. Y'all have a good one.